Hey, we're back, and we're at Circuit World in Blue Ridge here, and they're getting ready for Christmas. Lonnie, don't let that big sofa tip over on you. And did you fall asleep, Jessi, in one of the chairs? They have chairs everywhere here. That
rocking chair, leathery goodness that just hugs you.
Oh, okay. Wow. You should write, like, buy this chair today. It has that goodness that just loves you when you sit down in it. Jessi Barton, Community Relations Director, Community. What? I don't have my computer up, so let me see. Let me try. Okay. Let's see. North Georgia Senior Living with Jessi Barton, Community Relations Director from Cameron Hall, LJ. Did I get that right?
Perfect.
That would be me. Oh, sorry. I'm
with
sorry.
His Festivus sweater
exactly. I've got my Festivus sweater on. Yeah, I have to, because we're not going to be here next week. Festivus is the airing of the grievances. But Rick got me this sweater, and I know I don't want to lecture that it's too early. Is it too early to wear the sweater? Am I too early?
I was watching The Grinch last night, so I don't think it's too early.
That's what I was going to say. And yeah, you've already got, what, 10, 11 Hallmark Christmas movies under your belt, at least, somewhere around
that's
there.
A safe guesstimate.
And watching The Grinch, so it's not too early. What is holidays like around Cameron Hall, the assisted living there? And are you guys decorating? Are you busy decorating around there?
So we haven't started the Christmas decorating yet, but on Tuesday we have our big family lunch where all the families can come in, and we have a big Thanksgiving lunch. I think we've got like 50 people coming so far, in addition to the residents. So it's a great time to enjoy your dinner and not have to fix everything and not have to clean up, and you go back and visit with mom or dad and your aunt and uncle or grandma, and we take care of the rest. So that's always a big thing. On actual Thanksgiving Day, a lot of residents go out with their family. So that's why we do a dinner a little bit earlier. But we do have a lot of residents that go out. We'll be watching the Macy's parade. I'll be there on Thursday working, and we'll watch the Macy's parade on our big screen movie theater downstairs. So that'll be fun. Since we can't be in New York, we can watch it on our theater.
Do you like parades?
I love the Macy's parade. It's such a tradition.
You like that? It's a what, Lonnie? Do you like parades?
No, there's just a really Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade this year is going to have a character from one of my favorite animes, and it's going to have a big balloon, Dragon Ball.
Don't know.
They're going to have Goku balloon. It's going to be great.
Now life is complete.
Now life is complete.
So you like the Macy's Day Parade?
Yes, and seeing it in person a few years ago was amazing.
Did you go and see the parade?
We did.
New York City.
Exactly.
And Macy's Day Parade. So everybody gets together and watches the parade. Now, when do you start the decorating down there? Get everything decorated? Do people put up their own trees?
Some do. The big thing is their doors. And everybody has like a little entrance. So they've got their own little like porch-like kind of thing. And they've got their own section, so a lot of them have a shelf outside their door or some kind of decoration outside their door. They usually put a wreath up, so that's really big. They change that out for Christmas, and we do put up a lot of trees at Cameron Hall on each of our different levels, so we need to start that probably today. So it's a good thing I'm wearing jeans.
Okay, well, I talked to you about during the break that I want to start coming down and doing a couple segments, because you have some amazing people down there that I want to get on camera, and I want to hear their take on some things in life.
I was actually thinking about that coming down the road today. How has Thanksgiving changed from then to now? You know, I remember being younger, and it was, you knew every year at noon you were going to grandma's for lunch. So, and everybody had their dish that they had to bring. So I wonder how that has changed today. You know, we're so spread apart as families now. We don't stay in that little family unit. So
I agree with that. My dad convinced us that part of Thanksgiving tradition was to work, and I don't know how he did that, but he did. Like, you're supposed to work at least a half day. What? We only get a half? No, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Let me share this. Let me share this with the audience and share this with you. So if you're thinking about Thanksgiving, because we are coming up this week, when I was a kid, my family, now a lot of people sell Christmas trees. Box stores sell Christmas trees. They have Christmas trees outside. The big hardware stores, I'll call them that, box stores, they sell Christmas trees. But let's go back. Let me call this 45 and some odd years ago.
And some odd.
Easy.
Ish.
Easy.
Ish.
Easy.
45-ish. Right?
But around 45 years ago, we'll just leave it there. Okay, there wasn't a Christmas tree lot on every corner. There was your community Christmas tree lot. So it's almost like everybody in town. It's like one of those beautiful Christmas stories.
Like a Hallmark movie.
You gonna let me tell a story?
Yes.
Yes, it's like a Hallmark movie. You went to the Christmas tree lot as a family because everybody knew everybody at the Christmas tree lot. That was us. So when I was a kid, my family had a very big Christmas tree lot. Okay, so you started selling live Christmas trees, and we had tractor trailer loads.
Really?
So you started selling. We sold tractor trailer loads of Christmas trees. In fact, a little story. Do you know? I'd have to check it out now. But do you know that every state in the United States sends a Christmas tree to the White House? Every state. There's 50 trees. Is that right? 50? Did I get that right? I don't want to be like there's 54 states. Anyhow, boy, really well. But every state in the United States sends a Christmas tree to the White House. Okay?
Okay.
And there's a dinner every year, and you get invited to the dinner. The president invites you to the lighting of the Christmas tree ceremony if you sent your state's tree. We still have the invitation from the president of the United States to my dad because we sent the tree for the state of New Jersey. We sent the tree for the state of New Jersey. So he was invited to the lighting of the Christmas tree dinner at the White House.
That's pretty cool.
Anyhow, moving right along. So I hope I'm not boring you.
No.
So anyhow, the Thanksgiving Day tradition was setting up the Christmas tree lot. We had to go down and we strung the lights and everything, and we had lights and we had Christmas music, big speakers of Christmas music, and it snowed where I'm from. So we had snow, Hallmark movie. Don't get all mushy on me. But we had snow, and we had a big sign, Christmas trees, and aunts and uncles. Every aunt and uncle we had, cousins, everybody worked the Christmas tree a lot. Everybody did.
Well, if the whole town's coming, it takes
right.
all of
So we had a radio. We had radio there. We'd have radio. Everything. Santa would show up. But Thanksgiving tradition was to get the Christmas tree lot. So we worked on Thanksgiving Day, and then went home and had Thanksgiving. So let's get the Christmas tree. This might be a long story, but that was our tradition.
I like it. I like it.
So
where do you order that many Christmas trees from?
Well, Western Pennsylvania is major Christmas tree farms. Big. We used to get for our Christmas tree lot in New Jersey. We used to get tractor trailer loads out of farmers in Western PA. Big Christmas tree farms. Now, some of the biggest Christmas tree farms in the United States are just north here, about 2.5 hours in North Carolina. North Carolina, some of the biggest Christmas tree farms in the United States are up in the mountains, believe it or not.
For wholesale?
Yes. Okay. So, but we used to get them by the tractor trailer. Now, let me tell you what they didn't let me do. Since we're stuck on this, and I got to move on, and I didn't mean to take your segment there.
No, I like it.
But here's what they didn't let me do. It always does, because I was too young. Because we had a camper. All right, on the Christmas tree farm, where the guys went, and they stayed all week cutting trees and loading the tractor trailers that brought the trees in. And I was just always told I was too little to go. Maybe next year. And I never did know what those guys did in that camper for a week up there on the Christmas tree farm. You know what I'm saying?
They probably didn't cut a lot of trees.
They did, but I think it was after work where I think it was some of the ways they stayed warm from cutting the trees. Just saying, but they always said you can go next year. I didn't mean to get off on that tangent on that.
No, and it made me, it gave me a memory when you were talking about, families going to get their Christmas tree.
If I see this on Hallmark in 2 years, I'm coming in. I know you don't sell my story. Go ahead.
That might fit in the story I've been writing. No. My dad was a rebel. Like, he was not a rule follower, authority, all that stuff. So we always had live trees, but I don't always remember where we went and got them, except when you were talking about this, I remember vividly. We were going up 515, probably near White Path area, where you can turn off at the auto auction. I remember him pulling off the side of the road very quickly, and he said, "There it is." We're having a Clark Griswold moment. He goes up, and I know this is private property, I'm sure, or state right of way, and he proceeds to cut this Christmas tree, and we took it home and decorated it.
They're still looking for you guys now.
Probably.
There is a picture of a guy that looks like Clark Griswold at the post office. Have you seen this guy? He is on 515 a couple years back.
I remember that as clear as possible, because I'm sitting here thinking, because I was a very, very strict rule follower. If it said don't touch, ooh, you can't touch that.
You know, something tells me I'm seeing that. Yeah, I'm seeing that. That don't touch. You know what we just did? We just told some great stories, and that's what we want to do. We want to come down to Cameron Hall and sit down, because people say, I don't have a, but people do. They have some good stories, and they're a lot of fun.
There's so much wisdom there.
Well, I have Jessi Barton here, Community Relations Director at Cameron Hall, assisted living there in Ellijay, Georgia. Tell them your phone number so they can get in touch with you.
You can call me at 706-515-4100.
Get in touch with Jessi today if you have questions concerning assisted living, and you have some things you want to talk about. She will work with you on that, and she's here. She's here. Our segment, North Georgia Senior Living. If you have something in North Georgia, we want to focus on seniors in North Georgia. You send it to us at info@fetchernews.com. Just put in the subject area, North Georgia Senior Living, and get it to us if you have something you want us to cover, you want us to do. And don't forget out there, all of our friends, our seniors out there that are watching, and all of you, this time of year, scams, frauds, all kinds of things happen, so be careful. So if if you keep getting an email saying that you have an invoice due from UPS, no, you don't. They don't send an invoice in the email saying you have an invoice due.
Right.
If they say we're waiting to deliver your package but you've not paid the invoice, and I mean I'll mention it, if it says federal, they don't do that, period.
Right.
So be careful. No, you do not. So be careful out there. Get in touch with us if you feel there's a scam. Get in touch with your local law enforcement. Jessi, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And during the holiday seasons, let's get down there, and I have more stories. Can you tell? I guess more.
I'm anxious to hear them.
Yes. Hey, I'm your host, BKP, Jessi Barton, again, Community Relations Director, Cameron Hall in Ellijay, and it's now time for our Pet of the Week right
Super
after
sweet.
this.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods.